Cathay Pacific. This brand is known for consistency and excellence, and they are one of the few airlines with a 5-star rating from Skytrax. Will these qualities shine through during my 15-hour business class flight? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go. Today's journey starts at the Cathay Pacific Lounge in London Heathrow Terminal 3. What you'll actually find here is an impressively wide and spacious area, full of tall windows that let a good amount of natural light in, even though today looks like one of those classic rainy and gloomy London mornings. There are several seating areas all throughout the lounge, and I particularly liked working at the private workstation I found towards the back. Time for breakfast. Today we have a wide selection of pastries, porridge, and hot foods. For drinks, we have a modern espresso machine, a sparkling water station, or if you care for an early morning adult beverage, don't worry, this lounge has you covered with a full bar as well. The big star in this lounge for me, however, is the noodle and dim sum station. You can order from the 6 choices shown here, have access to several traditional toppings, and guys, let me tell you, this Dan Dan Min is one of the best dishes I've ever had at any lounge. I love big and bold flavors, and boy, this had my taste buds dancing. I also had the mixed dim sum, which was delicious as well. Let's check out the showers. The bathroom is spacious and clean, but I wish it was just a little bit brighter. It is fully stocked with amenities though, and also with bath products from a British premium brand called Bamford. Well, this is the end of a very solid lounge experience, as I now have to head to the gate. If this is the same type of quality we expect to see in today's 777-300 flight, I'd say we're in for a pretty special treat. And welcome everyone to Cathay Pacific's 777-300, going from London to Hong Kong. This is my first time ever flying business class with Cathay, so I'm excited to see for myself why they keep getting those 5-star ratings from Skytrax each and every single year. Today's business class cabin has tons of rows, didn't count, in a 1-2-1 reverse herringbone layout. My seat today is 21 kilo, and even though you can tell everything around you feels a little bit aged, it still generally feels bright and clean all throughout this cabin. Okay, let's take a closer look at the seat now. Again, everything looks dated, but size and comfort wise, there's nothing to complain about. Seat controls are quite limited and basic, and unfortunately, no massage controls here. As for the other seat features, we have a little reading light, universal outlet and USB, and one of the highlights today is the abundance of storage spots all around you. Here's a decent sized cubby with a vanity mirror, a huge open slot to your bottom right, a literature pocket towards your bottom left, and some storage under the leg rest for a good measure. And lastly, here's a tray table, slides out from your right, nothing too fancy, but it's functional. Time for my slipper switcheroo ritual, and of course one of my favorite business class perks, the pre-flight champagne to properly send us off on our journey to Hong Kong. Let's check out the goods inside this Bamford amenity bag. Looks like some standard sleeping and dental items, and a couple of Bamford skincare products. Let's take a look at the menu now. For lunch, pretty impressed with the number of options available. Always great as well to have all-day dining options to order throughout the flight. Again, a decent amount of options for breakfast here, and a highly respectable selection of wines, cocktails, and non-alcoholic beverages, especially with the teas. This is definitely one of the more solid menus I've seen in business class. Tray table out, tablecloth in, and finally, it's meal service time. For starters, I had the smoked salmon. The presentation, as you can see here, was highly questionable. If you can get past the visual of the circle brown skid marks, the combination of flavors actually worked out very well for me. Thankfully, the presentation of the pork belly was a lot better. And goodness gracious, the punch in the mouth I got from the rich and hearty meat flavors here, especially paired with this glass of Bordeaux. Killer combination. And lastly, to cap off this fantastic meal service, I had the lemon curd with almond crumble and meringue. Let's take a peek at the IFE. Remote is clean but super dated. Touchscreen lagged pretty badly, but at least there was enough international movie and show selections to keep you entertained for days. The headphones were actually one of the more comfortable ones I've ever had on a business class flight, so pretty good here. As for the sleeping gear, the pillow was firm, high quality, but no special memory foam action. Blankets were thick, which I like since I'd rather be running warm on a flight than get cold. Okay, time to wash up, so let's check out the bathroom before heading to bed. Looks like a standard sized bathroom here you'll find in economy, and also super bland in color. Kinda reminds me of being in a hospital, right? Unfortunately, it looks like they also missed stocking this bathroom with a few products. What a bummer. Let's head back now to get some shut-eye. Thankfully on this long 13-hour flight, the seat is a full lie flat. The bed setup looks narrow for my video, but I did have room to roll from side to side without falling off. I wake up a few hours before breakfast, and I'm glad I did since I had so much work to do. And oh, you won't see the FA on this footage here, but I do want to give them their due props. What really stood out for me so far on this flight is how attentive Cathay FAs are. Even while everyone else was sleeping, there was always an FA roaming around every so often to see if anyone needed anything. I know it's hard for me to capture high quality service on footage I take, but take my word for it, the Cathay FAs were delightful, friendly, and always eager to help. Last meal of the flight, and you're gonna hate me for this. I went healthy. I'm sorry, but I needed a break from all the rich foods, and I'm glad I did. The pastry was standard, but what blew me away was the acai bowl and whatever kind of smoothie this was. First time ever going healthy on a flight, and I'll be doing that again soon, or maybe not. Well, we're almost in Hong Kong, and I must say I understand why Cathay gets 5 stars now. I don't think they get their high marks from glam and glitter. If you give customers though a consistent high quality lounge experience, consistent and solid meal service, doesn't have to have caviar, and especially if you're consistent with service from crew to crew, I think that's way worthy of 5 stars. I'm sure we all know airlines where you just don't know what you're going to get on any given day. It does suck not knowing whether FAs on a certain day will treat you like a king or give you attitude for asking for water. Even when I've flown Cathay Economy in the past, I always felt like they were consistent. To me, this dependability means a lot, especially when you have a long 13-hour journey like I did today in their 777-300. Well guys, that's my review for today. Hope to see you next time.